Hello, this is Jeffrey T. Fertiller. Thank you for joining us on our YouTube channel, Service Management Leadership. This video is the 8th in a series on SIAM, Service Integration and Management. And we've talked about RFPs and the role of the service integrator and the service provider. In this video, I want to discuss the SLAs. In most organizations, we have SLAs between IT and the business. These are service level agreements to talk about uptime, talk about response to incidents, response to service requests, all that fun stuff. And it's fun, isn't it? So now when we bring in a service provider, those SLAs will trickle down in the form of either OLAs or other SLAs between IT and the service provider. ITIL will call those OLAs and underpinning contracts. But in the world of IT, outside of ITIL, they'll call them SLAs. So that's why I use those interchangeably. Please forgive me if you have a hard stance, and I'd love to hear your feedback. But part of these agreements that we have between IT and the service provider talk about financial penalties if there's breaches to the SLAs. And that's difficult to agree upon, because if you're the service provider, you want those penalties to be as small as possible. If you're the organization, you want them to be as large as possible and still be agreeable. And so the penalties are difficult, but also there's the consideration that we need to make everything attainable. Most service providers, they want to meet their SLAs. They want to do an okay job. Usually they don't want to put the resources in to do an awesome job, but they want to meet your agreements, your objectives. And so we need to have those spelled out very cleanly and what those breaches are. The SLAs are usually within a percentage or a number. So X number of P1 incidents were resolved. Some are addressed, some language, some organizations use address, some use resolved. These incidents were resolved in a certain time frame. And some people will make that where it's really tight, some will make it really loose. And so it just depends on the organization, whatever fits for you. Because one thing that we said in an earlier video, which is 100% true, you have to have similar expectations for your internal people as you do your outsourced partner. And so if you are making things very tight, every service request must be addressed. If it's a P4 within so many days, P3 fewer days, P2 fewer days, and P1 within hours, then we have to have that same for our internal people. And so that's where it gets a little sticky for many organizations. They have to understand these intricacies and be able to strike a nice balance that works for everyone and saves the money. This is Jeffrey T. Fertiller. Thank you for joining us on our YouTube channel. Please like or share the video, subscribe to our channel, leave me feedback below. I'd love to hear from you, and feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. Have a great day. Bye.